Hey Facebook, this is your girl Regina Lynette Brown. Hey Facebook again. Wait, I'm trying to log in on both my page, personal and business. Um, Let me delete that and start again. But this is your girl Regina Lynette Brown of RLB Consulting Services, coming to you today with making lemonade from fresh lemons. This is the last or the conclusion part of the commencement part of this student success series that I have done for you guys the last 4 weeks. Can't believe that time passed so quickly. But this again is me being obedient. Hey Jackie, being obedient to the Spirit and giving you guys what I feel God wants me to share with you from me and my experience and my path, and just some things that I've been able to be a witness of and a witness to. And, we started this thing out with 8 keys to unlock endless potential with the Christian student success strategies. And we moved into decision versus discipline, right? And so there we were just trying to figure out, once we decide something, are we going to be disciplined enough to follow it through? And then last week we talked a little bit, and of course my brain always drops out when I try to do this off the top of my head, right? But last week we talked a little bit more about, what was last week's topic? Let me see if y'all remember, because my memory is just shot between this and trying to teach these students from home and be home and all of that. Yeah, my brain gone on what last week's was, but I know it'll pop back up soon. And so, to err is human, and such is life. So anywho, but these last 4 weeks, the last 3 have been great. I just can't even explain the things God has shown me, even about myself, just sharing with you guys. And so today, I don't have a PowerPoint today. Hey, Tanya. Because this is more of a conversational piece. So this is actually something I wrote in line with, hey, Chris, with the other things that I've written that I've yet to do something with. So I don't know if they're going to just be a blog, if they're going to be other YouTube videos like the videos I've done before. But this one is a 6-pager here. And it's all about making lemonade from fresh lemons. So if I divert from my script, of course, y'all know that's just how my mind works sometimes. But I do want to go ahead and get started since it is 12 o'clock. So now, this is how I started this one out. Why did I entitle this piece, Making Lemonade from Fresh Lemons? Right? Because I could have just said, making lemonade from lemons. The lemons of life, or something to that effect. But no, God planted in my mind to use the word fresh lemons. And there's a reason why. So we're going to get into that. So I'm glad you asked. So that's something our pastors would say. He would ask us a rhetorical question and then answer and say, I'm glad you asked. So I'm glad y'all asked. Well, it's because life comes with fresh lemons every day. In every area of our life. In other words, there's always something that will challenge us to the point of choosing between sucking on a sour lemon or squeezing the juice out of the lemon to make some lemonade. It's always something. You hear the old people say, if it's not one thing, it's another. You heard that. The Bible teaches us to keep a fresh perspective based on godly principles, because life will not always be a bed of roses. We're going to face adversity on every hand. So we need to expect that, right? Because it tells us that's what we're going to be faced with. And then it tells us how to deal with it. That's the awesome part about God. The key is to stay rooted and grounded like a tree that's planted by the what? Rivers of water. Doing what? Bringing forth what? Fruit in due season. If we faint not. So we can't faint. We can't trip over whatever it is that we're going through, because what we're going through is temporary. It's only a season. So we have to continue the path. So let's keep on talking about this title, Making Lemonade from Fresh Lemon. Now we know why it's fresh, right? Because something new happened every day. So, hey, Coop. So the phrase, making lemonade out of lemons, is an old proverb. It's something that's been said before. When things in life seem sour, that's unfavorable. turn it around and make it sweet. Add a little sugar to it. That's all we're doing with the lemonade. That's how we're making it. So when you think of the process of making lemonade, it involves squeezing the juice out of several lemons, which means we're going to have more than one lemon at one time. We're going to have more than one issue at one time, kind of like what we do right now, right? But you got to squeeze the juice out of it. So you get a little exercise in there. Check that out. Squeezing the juice. And then after you squeeze the juice, you can't just throw it into the pitcher to make the lemonade, because it got seeds in it, right? Now, we can do one or two things with the seeds. We can throw them away, because we can think of them as seeds of things that we need to purge or that God is pruning us from, so we can take them and toss them, because it's not necessary to keep them, because it's not going to make the lemonade any better to have the seeds in it. Or we can plant them. And if we plant them, put them back into fertile ground, we can make our own lemon tree. Check that out. And we can be prepared for next time when this same lemon comes rolling around. You know how to squeeze the juice out. Check that out. God is so awesome. I love it when he does that. But after we get the juice and we get rid of the seeds, then we add some water. And we're going to talk about what water does for us too in a minute. And some kind of sweetener. Now typically we use sugar, right? So to contrast the sour taste, to make a desirable, refreshing beverage. Now, let that soak in. Isn't that just like life? Sometimes you need to squeeze the necessary ingredient, the juice, from the lemons that you need to make the most out of whatever the situation is, to make the most out of it. You need to throw away some things. Like I said, the seeds. You can throw them away because you just completely don't need them. Hey, Annie. Or, like I said a minute ago, you can plant them and watch them grow, because they're going to come back around again, them same lemons, right? You're going to face them again, because they just like to challenge you. They like to come back stronger, but then you've gotten stronger, right? Because they don't know the benefits to the juice that's inside the lemonade. Let's go on. And then, just like life, you can throw away something. You need to throw away some things and add what's needed. So what do we need to add to make this lemon juice into lemonade? We need to add some water, and we need to add some sweetener. So let's talk about that. Once we get a lemon itself, just the juice, all by itself, the facts tells us that lemons reduce our stress, improve our mood, calms our spirit, our mind, our body, our soul. It also detox and heals our bodies. It boosts our immune system. It clears the skin, and it enhances our brain power. Look at that. If you compare that, just those qualities of the lemon by itself, to adversities of life, it always strengthens us. It always helps us to remember, oh, okay, when I did that last time, this is how I handled that. So I'm stronger now than I used to be, because you hear the old folks say that, and that's one of the songs we sing at church, right? From what I've been through, I'm stronger. I'm made stronger through that adversity. Same thing. And so then it goes on, the research that I found goes on to tell us about the water. Now, what does the water do? The water quenches our thirst, and we stay thirsty. It clears our skin. And it does clear our skin. It relieves our fatigue. It flushes our toxins. It improves our memory and our focus. Check that out. Now, water is essential to life. We are made up of water. So we have to add ourselves into that mix with whatever the adversity is that we're getting, that juice that we're going to squeeze out of it, and then turn it into some lemonade. And how we going to make it all lemonade? Once we get the water and the juice, we're going to add some sugar. So let's talk about the sugar, because there's some health benefits to the sugar, especially if we use the natural sugar cane. So sugar cane heals us from colds and flu. It helps us manage our weight. It fights cancer, which is a disease that attacks our body, our immune system. It reduces inflammation, and it restores protein that's lost due to fever. So all three ingredients in lemonade makes us better. Think about it. So as you can see, when you extract the necessary ingredient from the lemons, that's the juice, remove the unnecessary seeds, add what's needed, the water and the sugar, you become better as a result of using what was meant to harm you to your benefit. Now, we'll go more into what the lemons are all about, right? So when we face life adversity, we need to remember to drink, that is, make more lemonade. The facts about lemons, water, and sugarcane show us that we will always need to seek a cure for our life's issues. In life, we face challenges of many shapes, forms, and fashions. Those are our lemons, those challenges that come, the things that are unexpected, the things that we have no control over, and they just come up, they just happen. You got to figure out how to deal with them. The enemy is cunning and will make every effort to demean your character, bring you down to their level, move you off course, or as I like to say, knock you off your square. But you must always be steadfast, unmovable, and always abide in the word of God. God will make your enemies your footstool. God will not allow any weapon to form against you, and he won't even allow it to prosper. God won't even let liars get away with telling untruths about you, or even using your truths against you by distorting the truth. And then, of course, their version of the truth, because we already know when people repeat something that you said, it don't come out the same way in which you said it, or even with the same intent. Lemons. You don't have to worry or fret. God is always present. He is always protecting, and he is always providing for those he deems as righteous. You know, those who live to do what is good and pleasing, those who are genuine in their actions and may get caught up in situations that are not good for them. You know, we all get caught up in situations that's not good for us. It doesn't mean that we're trying to be of that. You just get caught up in some things and you have to figure your way out. So know that God will deliver us from everything that we get caught up in. And there's always a lesson in it. You know not to do it the next time. You know not to say it the next time. These are all lemons. God helps us to make something good and sweet from something bitter and undesirable. Lemonade, a cool, refreshing drink. You know, life is full of ups and downs, valley lows and mountain highs, and all the stuff that's in between. People will celebrate you one minute and attempt to bring you down the next. They did the same thing to Christ. So why are we different? Why do we think we're not going to deal with something, lemons, when we're going to deal with them? The challenge is for us to put our trust in the unchanging God. Maya Maggie used to say, people are just people. Basically, there's no rhyme or reason why people do what they do. The only justification I can say is the 7 deadly sins. I think the most popular are greed and envy. They seem to make people do the most unexplainable things that can always cause harm to others. These sins are so easy to adopt without realizing it. Some people think negative behavior is normal. You'll be surprised at how many people envy you and long for your life, whatever it is that they seek about your life, right? And that's only their perception of what they think is better than their own situation. They have no idea what you deal with or how you have to sustain whatever it is that they're looking at and envying about your life. They have no idea what it is to be you. So they throw lemons at you, right? They throw shots at you. They try to throw you off your square, make you cuss them out, make you do something that is going to demean your character. It's always going to be something. So you have to stay steadfast. So let me go back to my script. Because I got off script. But let's see. So their perception of your situation. So some people will go to the extreme to attempt to make you miserable the way they feel or choose to live. So you must not put your trust in fellow man. You must always trust in God first and foremost. God will reveal man's intent swiftly. He will assure you that he's got you covered. If people talk about you, gossip because their own life is uneventful, let them talk. If people try to bully you, persuade you to do something against your moral character or try to make you feel some kind of way for being a unique individual gifted by God with all kinds of talents, walk away from them. Report them if you need to, if it keeps you safe, and stand up to them if necessary, but never, 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 never let them intimidate you. Now, what came to mind about this one, and the last part I wrote in that sentence was, know that God is on your side and he will always give you a way of escape. So I remember back in high school, for whatever reason, it was a group of girls who wanted to bully girls, right? So this group of girls wanted to bully me, so they were bullying me outside of my homeroom because it was time to go to homeroom, so we had a little extra time before the bell. And I'm walking by myself and going in the homeroom, and they ganged all around me. Now, I'm a girly girl, right? You know, I've never been one to be like, hey, come on, I can't even hold my hands right to box, right? That's never been me. But I always been witty with my mouth, unfortunately, fortunately, because, you know, of course you get slapped across your mouth. If you got a mama like mine, you say some things that I say, right? So, that's what got me out of trouble, right? I ain't have to fight because they came at me to try to fight me, to try to punk me into fighting them, right? And I witted my way out of it. I can't tell you what I said, but I know whatever I said, it was embarrassing to the one who called themselves trying to get at me. And I remember the whole group laughing, and their laughter gave me a way of escape. So just like I just said here, God is always on your side. He'll always give you a way of escape. I also had the favor of my teacher. So I was able to just easily go and say, can I go to the principal's office, you know, for a minute before I go to the next class? Can I have a pass? And of course I would get one. And when I went, I basically told them what happened. And they took care of it. And I didn't have to worry about being jumped again, right? So I just stood up for myself. And the fact that I stood there in the middle of a crowd and kind of punked her back, without throwing a fist, without whatever, it just let her know that I wasn't afraid. Even though on the inside I was scared as hell, excuse me. Because I don't fight. And I was like, oh God, what if the girl hit me? And I just knew to just stand there and stand my ground. So there's times in life you're going to be dealing with all kinds of bullies, people that try to attack you for no good reason, just because. You got to stand your ground and know that God will give you a way of escape. If the popular crowd or your perceived friends are doing something that you know is not right, go your own way. Stand your ground for what you know to be right. And even if you have to stand alone, do it. God will bless you with one or two true friends. You're blessed to have more than one. Those people are with you through it all. They're your real friends. Those are your ride or dies. Those are the ones you can call on night, day, morning. Don't matter. They're going to be with you. Remember, nothing in life is perfect. There will always be an obstacle and an opposition, or an opposition, or both. Hey, Dolores. Hey, Tish. Yet, a rainbow will appear after the storm passes. You must know that the storm will pass. You must know that the obstacle you will accomplish. You will get over the hurdle. It's there to distract you, is what it's doing. It's not going to block you if God has the way already made for you. You just got to get through it. The beautiful colors of the rainbow remind us of the simple joys in life. Treasure them in your heart. Sometimes it may seem like there's more rain than sun. Just know that rain makes things grow. It helps things to become better, just like lemons. So take a lesson from them, learn from them, squeeze them, right? We talked about squeezing the juice out of the lemons because that's what we need to do. We need to squeeze these situations. We need to prune them, like throw away the seeds because we didn't eat the seeds, or plant them and make something new grow. And then add to them a sweetener, what you need to make it lemonade, the cool, refreshing drink, remember? I wrote a piece some time ago about the game of football and the correlation of that with life. And it was during the time that I was navigating the game of life myself against the clock. You know, the pressures of life. So I'm going to read what I kind of reiterated in this piece as it relates to lemonade. So in football, both teams want to control the ball. That is life. So they can score the winning touchdown. That is achieve goals. The win. So they battle it out on the field. You have your offensive team and your defensive team, both playing their roles, supposedly within the rules of the game. That is until the referee makes a call that indicates somebody is not playing by the rules. Then the debate and the instant replay is reviewed. Then there is a debate, and then there's an instant replay review to determine what happened and who gets control of the ball for an attempt to do what? Score. Because that's what we all trying to do. We all trying to score. Whatever it is, it's the next big thing that we're trying to figure out. Same as life. We have to learn that when it's our turn to play the offensive role, you know, when you have to go after what's yours, taking back what the enemy stole from you, you got to do it by force, like the offensive role does. They don't just sit there and punk around with whatever's going on the football field. They trying to make it happen because they want to make sure that they get the win and they can get the ball back in their control. Or if you're playing a defensive role, standing your ground with the whole armor of God, with your feet fitted, that is equipped with the gospel of peace. Now these people are standing there, and this I went on to say, thereby holding your peace, letting the Lord fight your battles. These people are standing there with their feet girded because they're trying to block you from the goal. Sometimes you got to block other people from trying to score on you when they're trying to score something that's not favorable for you. And then other times, you know, they trying to block you. That's the lemons. They trying to be defense and trying to block you from scoring, which is your distraction. So you got to know when you playing which role and know how to play your game so that you can score in life, so that you can win. Hey, Sherman. So we have to know, and I'm going back to my script, we have to know when and how to take the ball to the goal. The object of the game is to get to the goal. The object of the game is not to just play the game. The object of the game is to win, to get to the goal. And so somebody is always going to make a call. Somebody's always going to have something to say. Somebody's always going to try to distract you or even say what you did wasn't right. And it may be right and it may not be right. The instant replay always tells. And it doesn't seem fair. They're looking from the outside in, trying to judge what you got going on. And you have to know that God still has the final say. Someone will try to block you, tackle you, and keep you from scoring. But remember, all that matters is who scores the winning touchdown. And guess what? You win. Why? Because Christ is your keeper and your sustainer. The instant replay on life plays over and over in your mind. God, being who he is, the one who really controls the ball, will reveal all things in time so that you are fully equipped with the strategy you need to win the game. But only if you trust and believe in him and not on yourself and not on others. So if we put our full trust in God and knowing and believing that he will work it out, he's not going to let the enemy get ahead of you. He's going to let you know. If you are a dreamer like I am, God speaks to me in dreams. I'm like, okay, what was I dreaming about that for? And I do a little research because I told y'all last week we need to do some research and some reading about some things, and it's revealed. And it always takes me back to the Bible because there's always a spiritual meaning to everything that we go through. So know that God will not leave you as a helpless lamb to the slaughter. He's going to help you. He's going to equip you. He's going to help you squeeze the juice out of those lemons and make some lemonade. The current pandemic, it's a valley low experience for various reasons, obvious reasons. Yet, in the midst of this, students are earning their diplomas and graduating. In the midst of this, everything that's going on, some lemons being dropped on us, students are earning their diploma. All the things around you fail in comparison to achieving a lifelong dream like graduating. This process, and I'm getting off of my script, is even more so important to those who support you because they've seen what you've gone through. They know how hard you worked to earn this. So they are just as ecstatic and not distracted by the things going on. That's why they're still celebrating you. So let me go back to the script. It says, you aren't able to walk across the stage and hear your loved ones shout praises to your accomplishment, who, by the way, are shouting louder, much louder than your haters, yet you are with them. The ones that matter most, you're at home with them. And guess what? They're still shouting your praises and celebrating your accomplishments, so cherish it. You know, this is the most creative I've seen us in a long time. There are people doing fabulous things in their yards and on their patios and on their balconies and just in general, social media and everything else to celebrate these milestones in these babies' lives. To let them know they're not alone. To let them know that we care and we know that things are not normal, right? But we can still create some memories. This is an awesome time to do that. So cherish each and everything that's being done. The most important thing I recall about my graduation, both of my graduations, is that my family was present to celebrate with me. That was the most important part that I remember. The pictures of us after the ceremony is what I cherish the most. Now, when I look back, and this is off script a little bit, when I look back at some of the pictures from high school and college graduations, it was 3 graduations, by the way. When I look back at them, I can't recall everybody's name. Now, high school, I probably remember a little bit more names of people that I was with because we still stay connected. College, not so. But I can't, it's like you have to kind of search. What's old girl name? What's dude's name, right? But when you look at your family, you automatically light up because you know your family was there to support you. And that's all I saw. When I look back at some of the other pictures that I wrote about on here, when my family tried to take pictures from the balcony or wherever they were sitting, they were too far away to, really know for you to know in the picture that was me crossing the stage. But I knew I crossed the stage, right? But the whole most important part, as I wrote in here, was after the ceremony. Because after the ceremony, that's when we took pictures together. And those are the things that I remember. How we celebrated together and how they made me feel. How special I felt from my family and my close friends being there to celebrate the moment. And so going back on the script. So take heart that you have the best part of the ceremony with you, your family. Cherish the moment. Enjoy the spotlight and create new memories. Remember, no 2 experiences are ever the same. Make yours as unique as you are. God made each and every one of us unique and special. Love yourself and always, always, always celebrate milestones. It's important to you if it's not important to anybody else. So if you have to celebrate by yourself, celebrate by yourself. As you move forth into your next journey, whatever that is, own it. Stand your ground. Learn from every experience and know that this too shall pass. So whatever obstacle you face, whatever hurdle you have to jump, whatever lemons come your way and you got to squeeze the juice out of them to get past them, know that it's going to pass. Because that's just the season. You're going through that. God already told you that he'll be with you through the valley and the shadow of death. So if he's with you, that means you're going through it. And he told you were, so you just got to go through some things. Going through the things helps you to develop your story. And your story is what makes you unique. And it helps you to develop your purpose and your passion. And it just redevelops you over and over and over again. The more that we deal with, the more that we go through. Back on script. Learn from every experience and know that this too shall pass. Reminding yourself that you will win, regardless of what it looks like, regardless of the obstacles, regardless of what people say, because they always gonna have something to say, right? Good or bad or indifferent. They just always gonna have people. Just gonna be people. That's what I told y'all. Aunt Maggie said. Regardless of what you go through, the key word is through. You will win. If you keep your mind stayed on God and keep his word on your heart, you will be focused and you will know that, okay, I just got to deal with this right now because after a while, they're going to be like, how you like me now, right? And all that. Let's go back on script. The game may be close. The score may be close, but your defensive end is the best. It's the Holy Spirit. How much better can it be than that? Always present God, always ready to take control of the ball that is your life and help you score the winning goal. You're not going to let nobody block you and tackle you and keep you from what it is that he designed you for and purposed you to do. God is going to touch down every time in your life. So you got to learn to count it all as joy, whatever it is that you go through, because God is on your side. He will never leave you and he will never forsake you. So go forth. Live your unique life on purpose for the special purpose in which God created just for you. Your story makes you who you are, and it develops you into becoming who God crafted you to be. So own your journey and don't let anyone or anything stop you. Things may slow you down. Debris will fall along the path, but you gotta just keep walking, keep smiling, that's shining, and give God the glory in all situations, knowing that all things are working for you and not against you. It may feel like it's against you, right? When you're on the football field and they tackle you, it hurt. I ain't been tackled except for, touch football, and I ain't like that. But I'm just saying, it looked like, oh my God, he all right? They pile up all on you, but you going to get up from that, just like they do. They shake it off and they move on to the next play. That's what you got to do in life. Move on to the next play. So you are going to deal with some things. Just know that and prepare yourself by putting on the whole armor of God. When you put on the whole armor, you can withstand whatever comes your way. Let's go on to the last part of this. Knowing that all things are working for you and not against you, so that you can experience the best that is yet to come. Now, like all stories, they have to come to an end. That's all that God gave me when I was writing this 6 whole pages of making lemonade from lemons of life, right? But remember, it's fresh lemonade, because every day we're going to have a different challenge, and every day you got to be crafty enough to figure out how you're going to navigate through this. And when you find yourself faced with the same lemon again, you're going to have to go back to remember what you planted. Because remember, you can plant the seeds, and they don't have to be physically planted. They can be theoretically planted, where you put them in your mind and plant what happened last time, so that it grows and prospers within you, and that you grow, so that when you face with that again, oh yeah, I remember when so-and-so did. Oh, okay, so this is jogging my memory. This is what I'm going to do. This is how I'm going to handle this. God, this is what you did last time. If you show me grace enough this time, then I know that I'm going to get through this. And God will. He is faithful and just to show up just for you, because he don't want you to not hold on to his hand. He don't want you to not believe in him. He knows that life is difficult. That's why he told us to do the things that he told us to do. But if we don't know what those things are, we can't do them. So that goes back to when I told y'all we got to study. To do what? Show ourselves rightly approved, dividing the word of truth. You have to know him for yourself in order for you to grow and prosper. So I hope this series has been a blessing to you. I have posted them on my webpage so you can get to them specifically. They're also on my YouTube channel if you know what that is. But you can always go to www.rlbconsultingservice.com and scroll all the way down, and you will see these videos that I've highlighted for just this segment. It's been so crazy. I haven't had time to do the newsletter for this month. Those of you who are on my newsletter recipient list, if those of you who want to be on that, you can drop your email in the chat and I'll add you. Or you can just simply email me at consult.rlbrown and I'll add you to the list, or fill it out on the website when you go out there and visit. But that's all I have, and I'm really grateful for what God has given me, because I hope that these seeds have been planted, and I hope that God waters them and helps them to grow into your life, where you can grow and prosper and be just as strong and vibrant and healthy, just like these lemons are making us. Because remember, lemons only taste sour, but they're good for you. So this has been your girl, Regina Lynette Brown of RLB Consulting Service, coming to encourage you as I encourage myself. And I hope you have a blessed and prosperous day, a wonderful Mother's Day for each of you that are mothers. And as my grandmother used to say, Happy Mother's Day to all of you, period, because each and every one of us came from a mother. So we are blessed and highly favored that God saw fit to bless us with the mothers that we have and had. So let's be thankful and grateful and give him glory in all things. So I speak life into you. I speak prosperity. I let you know right now in the name of Jesus that all things are working together for your good, and that you will prosper in everything that you do, as long as you keep your hand in his hand and know that he will sustain you. Make it a great day.